Good evening, and thank you for joining us for Lakefront News. I'm Jordan Butler.
And I'm Layla Pagan. The Texas A&M University system is making an effort to clarify how race and gender identity can be taught and discussed in its classrooms. System regents voted unanimously Thursday on a revised proposal to limit discussions of the subjects.
The new language says that a campus president must approve related materials that, quote, advocate race or gender ideology or topics related to sexual orientation or gender identity. A separate approved measure notes that faculty members cannot teach material that's not aligned with a syllabus approved for the course. The actions follow the firing of a professor at Texas A&M in September who was accused by a student of teaching gender ideology.
The region's actions come as the state Republicans have accused public universities of indoctrinating students with liberal ideas about race and gender. Some professors argue that conservative politicians are trying to curb academic freedom. The Texas A&M University system includes 12 universities and 8 state agencies.
In spring of 2025, 16 degrees were cut at Our Lady of Lake University. Officials say it was due to realignment, but lots of members of the community are wondering what's next.
Most of the programs we were discontinuing at the undergraduate level had anywhere from 0 to maybe 5 or 10 majors in them. So very, very few students taking courses in those programs.
I was really upset because the email was very stiff and it did not give a lot of detail or helpful things.
Heather Hines, a political science major, was one of the OLU students who learned her major was on the chopping block.
It's like the university is embarrassed of this decision, but it's a pretty wide and big decision. If you're gonna make something like that, you need to own it. Tuition here is high, and you should strive to earn and maintain this trust of your students and staff.
OLU Provost Alan Silva says that the realignment for the university was to prioritize student success and institutional growth, while also striving to secure financial strength.
Well, the main thing we did was communicate with students about the program that we were going to discontinue. So this is the program you've chosen. Now what we do is we teach out the program, which means that any student who is currently majoring in a program we've decided to discontinue, that student can finish that program and finish that degree if they choose to do so. We went through the program, but until all the students graduate from that program, it technically still exists.
So I was nervous because I didn't know. It didn't say anything about a teach out. It said you will still be able to graduate, but that's very vague. So
city officials confirmed that some faculty and staff positions were eliminated as a part of the restructuring. However, OLU stresses that there is no plans to merge with other institutions, and the overall goal is to strengthen the university's financial health. According to the university, decisions on which programs to retain or discontinue were based primarily on enrollment trends and job outlooks for graduates. Programs with low student demand, such as the humanities majors like Spanish, philosophy, English, history, and some other sciences as chemistry and chemical biology, were cut. Lastly, OLU official extends heartfelt thanks to the entire OLU community, students, staff, and faculty, for their patience and resilience in weathering the storm. We are now entering a time of rebuilding and growth. Let us continue to grow, working together as a community to strengthen our foundation and build a brighter future. Thank you. I'm Jacqueline Gloria reporting for Lakefront News.
Millions of current and former AT&T customers may qualify for part of a $177 million class action settlement. This comes after 2 major data breaches last year exposed personal information. The breaches are believed to have affected more than 70 million people between 2019 and 2024. According to the settlement, the first breach in March 2024 released customers' addresses, social security numbers, and passcodes on the dark web. A second breach in July 2024 exposed call and text records. Customers impacted by both data breaches could receive up to $7,500. AT&T doesn't dispute the incidents happened, but denies wrongdoing, saying it remains committed to protecting customer data. The deadline to file a claim is December 18th.
A new study suggests eating ultra-processed foods may significantly raise the risk of developing colorectal, growths, or polyps that can lead to cancer. In the study, ultra-processed food intake was primarily from breads and breakfast foods, sausage, spreads, and condiments, and sugar or artificially sweetened beverages. The study followed more than 29,000 female nurses for a median period of 13 years. It found those with the highest intake of ultra-processed foods had a 45% chance of higher risk of developing those growths by age 50 when compared with those with the lowest consumption. An expert not involved in the study says people should try to avoid ultra-processed foods as much as possible and build their diet out of real whole foods direct from nature and as minimally as processed as possible. He said the diets leading to the best health outcomes are made up mostly of vegetables, fruits, whole grains, beans, legumes, nuts, and seeds, and plain water.
Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead, is a time for families and friends to come together and honor and pay tribute to loved ones who have passed. From vibrant colors as well as delicious food, this holiday is a celebration of life.
This Dia de los Muertos, Olu invites you to his annual celebration of lost ones. Lakefront reporter Brian Smith has more.
Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead, is a time for families and friends to come together and celebrate and pay tribute to those who have passed on. From vibrant colors and delicious foods, this holiday is all about the celebration of life.
In preparing for November 2nd, All Souls Day, we have a Book of Life here in Elliott House where people can come and sign or write the names of their loved ones or friends who have passed.
Each November, the Our Lady of the Lake community gathers here at the University Grotto to process the Sisters of Divine Providence Cemetery to mark the Day of the Dead.
We'll be invited to carry up a candle and place it at the foot of the altar so we can lift up all the people.
The celebration, which has taken place for more than 20 years at Olu, provides unique insights into an oral religious belief system that is still very much alive today.
We are welcoming some elementary students from the neighborhood who are going to come and walk through our ofrenda. Mona Lisa Montgomery was the one who curated and designed the ofrenda.
Ofrendas are also being displayed throughout Moy Hall, created by students and staff, so we celebrate them together.
And we're also going to have a special guest performance with Viva Tejana in their group Las Chifladas.
If you missed this year's event, you can always try again next year. For more information, email Mission and Ministry to get involved. Reporting for Lakefront News, this is Brian Smith, and thank you for joining us at this year's Dia de los Muertos.
The Our Lady of the Lake University's women's basketball team delivered an amazing performance in their most recent game against the Houston Tillotson Rams with a final score of 65-45.
The Saints combined an aggressive offense with an impenetrable defense, which prevented the Rams from finding any rhythm to take the victory.
One Saints play in particular, Samantha Fields scored 22 points alone for the team during 35 minutes of play.
The Saints' ability to combine efficient scoring with relentless rebounding and teamwork positions them as a formidable force for the season progress. Now that's really impressive. I can't wait to see the Saints get more wins this season. What do you think, Layla?
I don't catch the basketball games much, but I'm always happy to see our Saints succeed. Wings up.
That's all for now. Thank you for joining us for Lakefront News. I'm Jordan Butler.
And I'm Layla Pagan.